Hello again. It is just after midnight, but this is still going to be considered my May 10th update. I don't know if you're getting that glare too off my tooth, but I do not have a gold tooth. It's just the light is being weird. Today was a very beautiful day. I went on a run today, which I have noticed is very actually relaxing, and it's a pretty good feeling whenever I'm done, even though I'm still at the point where I am almost crawling back almost crawling back into the apartment. I'd started running probably about just over a month ago. Actually, just about a month ago, a month and a few days, to try to fill a list of goals that I had made for myself to try to improve my life for the better. And thus far, I am failing on all of my goals except, well, up until the other day, up until Wednesday, I was failing on all of them except one. And that was no drinking, which I drank a little last night. After I made the video, I didn't end up going to bed right away. I ended up going out and singing some karaoke with my friend. And I had a few, and I was having a really good time. Singing, seeing him, doing, doing stuff with, people who cared about me, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. So, gotta give props to that. And I'm gonna adjust them a little bit. My goal was to be able to run 3 miles by next Tuesday. I don't think I see that coming, but still got a week to work on it. So all hope is not gone. I smoked, which smoking was supposed to be one of them that I wasn't gonna do. I was supposed to have. I allowed myself one cigarette every other day, and I'm pretty sure I've had enough cigarettes to double the amount of time. And what else was on the list? Oh, I was supposed to write more, which I haven't really done much of that. I wrote little things, wrote some poems, mostly for him, but wasn't anything like I wanted, like I thought. I have a couple stories that I'm working on that I haven't even touched. I haven't touched them in a few months, and they're not very far along, so I really need to get cracking on that if I'm ever gonna finish them. And finding a new job was one of them. Luckily, it's not as urgent as it was, or as I thought it was 2 days ago. But I am still running. And one thing I think about every day whenever I run is that I never thought I'd be able to run. I don't know why. I just never thought I'd be able to get into the habit. Every time I exert energy, I usually get really winded. I usually want to pass out. I sweat a lot. Which, I used to be on the swim team whenever I was in high school. So that gave me a lot of workout, but I was still always out of breath, even on the shortest of distances. I was more of a sprinter ever than I was more an endurance swimmer. But I also I think the main thing I need to work on is my breathing. And that's I've noticed I've changed up my breathing a little bit, and that has helped me not get so worn out. Which I remember doing whenever I was doing the backstroke swimming, I would get worn out a lot easier because I was breathing a lot more, a lot faster, a lot. I don't remember if it was shallower or heavier, but I know I was breathing a lot more. Whereas the other strokes, since your face is in the water, you can't really breathe all that much, which I I believed helped. So I've started slowing down my breathing, controlling it more instead of just letting it go, and I feel like I can do more. I can run longer, and I don't get as exhausted. But the main thing that I think about whenever I am running is I remember that fact that I was never going to be able to run, at least distances. And whenever I feel like I need to stop, I always push myself a little bit harder, knowing that if I can do this, if I can get myself to do this, I can get myself to do anything. Whether it be find a new job, whether it be have the confidence that I used to have, whether it be to get over somebody that the whole world tells me I need to get over. But I feel like I don't want to. I was happy for most of the day. I got a little bummed before my run, which only made me want to go, made me know that I needed to go on the run all that much more. So I went on the run, felt a lot better, showered for the first time in like 5 days, which made me feel a lot better. And sat down, played a little bit of games online, and watched some TV. But I think there's one thing that's holding me back from ever being happy, or ever being truly just at peace with myself, I should say. I feel a little guilty being happy. I feel real guilty being happy, and I feel even more guilty getting over him. Since I was the one who was depressed, who was getting angry, who was lashing out and fighting, I feel as if I get over him, that he's gonna think that our relationship was nothing. It's probably stupid, but he did everything for me. I can't say he did everything, but he treated me like he loved me. He wanted to be around me. He did things for me, did selfless things for me. He paid attention to me. He listened to me. He helped me. He was there for me. He stood up for me. He protected me. He was really the perfect guy. And I was not happy. Not because I wasn't with him, just I wasn't happy with him. It's not that I wasn't happy with him. It was the fact that I wasn't happy with myself. And the fact of the matter is, or what I fear is, that me getting over him is not fair. I kind of feel like I should mourn him and regret everything that had happened for the rest of my life, because he was such a good guy. And since he was such a great boyfriend, I also feel that if there ever is a chance of us getting back together, that me getting over him is going to make it seem like I won't want to be with him. So I come to this crossroads. Do I get over him and be happy and not feel guilty for being depressed and angry and shitty? Or do I get over him? Do I accept all those facts? Do I accept it, or do I dwell on it? And I know everybody's going to say, don't dwell on it. You know, you need to get over it. You deserve to be happy. You're, person, whether good or they know me or not. But I just don't know. Like, I know. I know I need to get over him. I know I need to be happy. But I don't want to hurt him in the process. I don't want him to think that I got over him because I don't love him. Because I do, and I always will. But if I... And I know everybody's also been saying you can't think of him. You have to do this for yourself. You need to get yourself in mind. Take care of you. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about anybody else. But I see what not worrying about anybody else has also done to everybody else I don't think about. He was my best friend, and I see us being seriously close again, regardless on if we get back together or not. And I can't hurt him along the way, otherwise that will not happen. So I need to be able to get over him while getting over him. I guess is the best way to put it. Because I don't want to feel guilty, and I don't want to hurt him. But I want him to know I'm still looking to get back together with him. Because I do love him. But I have to convince myself that I don't want to in order to be happy. In order to be able to actually get over him. In order to actually get back with him. I think I have to get over him if I'm ever going to be able to get back with him. That's gonna suck. It's gonna be the hardest thing I think ever. So that's what I've been going through. Because every time I feel happy, I feel guilty. And I kind of force myself to be sad. Guess there's just one other thing I get to work on. I guess it's not one other thing. I guess it's part of everything. Kind of the reason for these videos, just to think back and know. And I'm sure everybody's thinking how scattered and ridiculous my mind is. But, from what I know about most people's minds are like this. Guess we'll just find out some other time. But I'm going into shadows, and I'm going to go to sleep. So, good night, and we'll see how tomorrow goes.